Yeah, what's good? It's your boy Whispy. And I hope you guys didn't think I was fucking done, man. Seriously, you you got me fucked up if you really thought I was done. This shit ain't over. Now, I want you to pay attention to something that a lot of people did not give a fuck about in my first video. Okay? They just thought I was talking, or not even my first video. I would say it was my first real video because my first video was about the frequency, and that shit was before I really thought I had to explain shit to a fucking T. So now I have to. It is what it is. I have no problem doing it. So now I will. Listen, okay? Something you missed in my second video when I was talking about a bird. Okay? You need to understand what I meant about these cults and that they are real. The Easter eggs are tied. Okay, there's a reason why each fucking person in this game has an Easter egg, and each person in this game has a cult. Okay? And that's all it's based on. Michaels. Now I want you guys to focus, man, because we are focusing, okay? We understood the aspect of the egg, and we're going to get back to Franklin later on. But right now, okay, because like I said, we were concluding in that last update the whole aspect of Claude and the time. Now we're doing Michael and the Epsilon, okay? I want you to understand something. This is something you missed. Only the apple tree and the peach tree speak. Now, what does Michael do when you sign up for the Epsilon program? He talks to himself. And throughout this whole fucking thing, they say, trees talk. Now, listen. These are the trees that we came from. We, the Epsilon. They are the same tree. Peaches are in fact apples. Okay? Fact. And they are the tree that was in the lake. Okay? That was in the egg. Let me stop there. Lake. There's a reason why I mentioned in my last video aqua blue. Okay? I need you guys to focus. They are talking about seeing. They're talking about the blue rock dove. They're talking about Michael becoming an Epsilon and following the words to a T. You need to learn all of this front and fucking back like I did. Okay. I need you to understand. The calculator on this iPhone is representing a peach. This Google app is representing an apple. When you invert them, what do you get? The same tree, blue, but you see the blue rock, and then you see the blue that Michael has. Really think about it. I'm trying to open you guys' eyes, okay? I've fucking spent days and weeks, honest to God, last fucking year, I spent about 8 fucking months reading these goddamn things. So if you ever have really judged if I know what I'm talking about, you know now. Okay? I mean, I just don't know what else proof I need to prove to certain people out there. It should be undeniable at this point. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a reason why they've mentioned dinosaurs throughout the game and in different ways, and we've just misconstrued them. Why do you think it's on the blueprint map? Why do you think certain things are just there, mentioning shit for no goddamn reason? Because it's all tied together, but you need to pay attention and segregate and rearrange. That's what you need to do. The first thing we thought when we saw a dinosaur and them mentioning dinosaurs, we thought, oh, dinosaur egg. You see how fast we think? That's the bullshit I was talking about throughout all of my videos. When I say bullshit, that's what I'm talking about. That thought process sucks, and we need to change it. We need to open it. Our minds need to be fucking cleansed and clear like the lake that the fucking egg resides in. I'm not bullshitting here, you guys. We're gonna find this shit. But we need to understand first. That's all it's based on. Okay? There's a reason they mentioned Darwinism throughout the whole fucking game. In Michael's fucking doctor's office, they have a head of Charles Darwin. Okay? And then throughout the game they mention Darwinism. Think about it. Okay? Just look it up. Devin Weston, he mentions it like several times, yo. You have to think about this shit if you want to actually find what you want to find first. Okay? It's not hard. It's called learning. And we can do it together. Okay? So, the fact of the matter is that you have to understand and do some research. Birds of prey are tied to raptors. Fact. Okay? Dinosaurs are mentioned in this game on different areas that are tied to Easter eggs and monuments. Fact. Like, comment, and subscribe. You thought this shit was over? Nah, fuck that. This shit ain't over. Pay attention to the yellow, okay? It represents the sun and Michael, like I've proven, okay? Epsilon represent apples. Peaches are Michael. They're part of the same tree. Look. Now you see the truth. Look at the Penrith building. It's the same exact color as a Pyrenees egg. The exact same color. Because they are part of the same tree. If you didn't think it applies, look at the fucking scuba and look at the submarine. They're telling you to be submerged. Now when you apply it, it means all the same thing. The same tree in the same water that provided the truth. I want you to understand what I'm talking about here, you guys. Okay? That's why I dwell on a lot of the same aspects, but it's so you can fully understand. Just when you think that you have understood, you really haven't, because you have not opened your mind to every possibility of that specific understanding. And I know it sounds confusing. It's all confusing. But when you flip that around in backwards symbolism, it makes sense. The European honey buzzard, okay? Understand what I mean and what I've always fucking meant about mirrors, okay? I've proven that they were part of not only Isaac Newton but the philosophers, but I've proven that things have to do with things in the game tied to the cults. And I'm going to once again prove that mirrors are a significant part of the cults and why they're real. And why this fucking bird was the one we were supposed to understand, was the one they were talking about toward Michael. When they tell you that there was a dove that comes from a tree, okay? A peach tree that we know is Michael. They're telling you that Michael is that dove. But this peach tree is watered, okay, in the lake where truth lives, the lake aqua blue, seeing.
Okay? Think about it. And from that dove, it becomes an eagle. Now, understand, just because they say it's an eagle doesn't mean that the backward symbolism does not apply. And why they have mentioned mirrors, okay? Look here. This bird, the Pyurnus, is a member, alright, of its own genus that has plumage, okay? Plumage are feathers, the whole thing, okay? Which mimics, you guys, mimics. Do I really need to explain what mimicry is? Mirrors, mirrored images, twins. The feathers mimic that of the juvenile common buzzard and hawk eagles. We have hawks in GTA 5, and the Epsilon speak of mirrors and eagles. You have to think first. See, now, a lot of you guys could have mistook that big purple dinosaur as just a reference toward a real life bar and or diner that has a dinosaur, okay? Or you could have confused it for something that is relevant to parodies in the game. Barney. Once again, you guys, that is us trying to take too many physicalities, okay, to things that we think are truth, but we need to look at the lies, alright? Because those are part of it, and we need to rearrange them and see the truth, okay? Dinosaurs, alright, if it was just a Barney reference, it would not be just on the map. They would put every reference on the map, okay? Think about it. They wanted you, even from a bird's eye view, you guys, to see that a dinosaur was somewhere on the map. Relevancy. If it was just to be an Easter egg, they would have put all of the Easter eggs on the fucking map. But no, they left that fucking dinosaur there. Birds of prey. You have to understand, it's all based on religion, science, philosophies. It's everything conjoined into one, and we must segregate and rearrange. Okay? Seriously, you guys. There's so many people that mistook this fucking thing for just being a little reference. And you need to understand something about dinosaurs in GTA, okay? They have been referenced before. Nothing too significant, but little talks of references toward, let's say, a few of the bosses that were in Vice City who referenced themselves as dinosaurs because they're talking about old age, okay? Two meanings to something. Understand, this shit means more than just a dinosaur. It's about evolution, and they've made a point to mention Charles Darwin because of it. Look at what Lester Crest says, okay? Fucking Lester. We are about to put Darwinism, okay, back into social Darwinism. And brother, it's going to be fun. Darwinism, evolution, birds of prey, raptors, okay? They wanted you to pay attention to birds and a bird's eye view at some point in this fucking game, alright? And there are several different little clues that have been pointing you to that being how you understand a lot of the Easter eggs. Okay, and this is one of the many fucking references if you guys didn't know, like I said. Alright, understand the Kung Fu Rainbow Laser Force. Alright, even they fucking reference some shit that is significant in the game that we didn't notice. And I proved, not necessarily proved, but I showed in like 2-3 videos ago that looking at those TV shows do give you clues, okay? No, especially about Soviets. Now look, one of the episodes of this show starts off with one of the teachers in high school, alright, and he's holding a lecture on the history of Earth, okay, and he's claiming that a huge flood led to the disappearance of dinosaurs. and Romans. Okay, very interesting, right? Not just because of dinosaurs, but if you didn't know what else is Roman, or even part of Roman history or any of that, is Jupiter. This is one of the clearest Easter egg relevancies that we have to not understanding an Easter egg and dinosaurs. For a long time, people theorized that fucking dinosaurs in this game, from looking at this wall, were just an idea, or hey, maybe there are rideable dinosaurs, or you know, there's probably a dinosaur in the game if we type in our phone and write 1-800-DINOSAUR. Once again, too physical. Use your mind. Dream the impossible dream of a planet of fire. Io, the planet of volcanoes. And a dinosaur with a saddle. Duality. A dinosaur can mean past and old. Michael. They mention that it is the fruit tree. What do we know that are a fruit tree? An apple or a peach. But these are the same tree. Meaning, Michael, the peach tree. If not for me, who am I? It is by asking Chris to receive, okay? Giving, manifest generosity, okay? Upward generosity. It's all the same. Giving. It is by asking Chris to receive, okay? By giving, that we ourselves get the most. And if not Chris, then the program. Us as one. Okay? We need to give karma, happiness to the program and Chris. Okay? Do good things. Give money to the program. Okay? Believe in their word. Things will start opening up for us. And when you realize that, then you are obtaining a dream that is an impossible dream, a planet of fire, and a dinosaur with a saddle. Okay? And you guys, if you didn't think about it, I've already put into place that not only does this dinosaur represent Michael, but it represents a fruit tree. But what else is a fruit tree? What turns into the fruit tree? The dove. Michael. Duality. Means the same thing. Spaceship Earth. Overpopulated. Means breakdown of order. Okay? Now, I'm going to break down what that means, but I want you guys to understand that you're not ready for that part yet. So, like I said, I want people to understand this at a pace so that we don't get confused. So, take into account, I'm not going to explain that just yet. Alright? Because it's not relevant necessarily to what I'm talking about. Listen. The fruit tree is a lie. What has the Epsilon been saying? The fruit tree lies in a lake. Lies in a lake. The dinosaur is Michael. So is the peach tree. He only becomes an apple tree when he meets the Epsilon. But by bringing an enlightened fire, okay, by embracing the light, he becomes the rock dove, okay? But this dove will one day turn into an eagle, a bird of prey, which are dinosaurs. And they are saying dinosaurs have a saddle, rideable birds of prey, rideable flying machines. You guys, okay, listen. Leonardo da Vinci's many areas of study, okay, flying machines. Perhaps this Renaissance man's favorite was the area of aviation, right? Da Vinci seemed to be truly excited by the possibility of people soaring through the skies like birds, okay? Now, for you physical people out there, does this mean I'm saying that this is our jetpack? No, hell, I don't know what the fuck the jetpack looks like or not. I don't know if there is a specific jetpack as we're looking for. I do know that there are objects in this game that are covered by things that we thought were lies the whole time. Fact of the matter is that a flying machine is what we've been looking for the whole time. And it happens to be tied to the father of flying machines and the inventions themselves. Now, if you think that this is just some type of reference towards something that we want and something that Da Vinci did, I mean, dude, he not only did helicopters, like I've mentioned, that were fucking relevant in the game, okay, but he also was the originator of scuba gear. The first time we ever go fucking scuba diving in a GTA happens to be about the same inventions that are relevant in the mystery. Okay? Look at this. Even fucking parachutes, you guys. Look at the parachute. A fucking pyramid. Look at this. Although credit for the invention of the first practical parachute usually goes to Sebastian Lemerand in 1783, Leonardo da Vinci actually conceived the parachute idea a few hundred, you guys, 100 years earlier. They want you to pay attention to these philosophers, you guys, okay? And we're only getting closer. Even one of the earliest inventions of the tank, you guys, all right? But before it was even theorized to be called a tank, somewhere down the line in the 19th century, in the 15th century, when Da Vinci actually developed the concept, okay, it was more based on the concept not only for a rideable horse to be the operator, and then it changed into a human being, but he actually was the innovator of the armored car, okay? Now, I need you to understand the fact that it came from that situation. You wonder why we have so much emphasis on the armored trucks from the Group 6 or the Duke of Death. And again, duality, it can mean two different things. The armored car can mean just money if you want it to, or it can mean more. Parts of things to understand, okay? Some part of what you guys have to really get here is that, yes, there are big parts of understanding that are theorizing. But really get here is that, yes, there are big parts of understanding that are theorizing. But theorizing, okay, are what the great philosophers did, only to be proven right. So like I said, you guys, the point of this shit is that the cults are fucking real. And when they tell you an obvious truth, you are to invert it, okay, into a lie, so it can lie in the lake of truth. You have to understand the symbolism, all right? It applies for most of the things tied to Easter eggs in the game, especially hidden ones. Remember to water the peach tree. Spread the truth. Like I fucking said, okay? I want you guys to pay attention. And yes, there is a reason why I am repetitive with my wordplay. And when I say understand, and all those things. I say those things a million fucking times for reasons, okay? So you understand, okay, that people do things for reasons, so you can tie things together. Think about things, okay? I'm implying you to do it, and that's what they're implying us to do, okay? Bounteousness, giving, karma, the flower is a mirror in a lake where truth lives. Drink from this lake and also water the peach tree. Water the peach tree. Michael, water him. But do not quench the fire that brings the dove, the rock dove. Do not extinguish the fire that brings it, the fire that sets to the peach tree. Do not pick the apple that may one day become an eagle. The apple tree is Epsilon and Kephlon. You need to turn from a dove into an eagle, a great eagle who feeds from the lake.